GM, everybody. Welcome to this AMA. Hi, Alan. How are you?
Hello, Lucio. I'm really fine.
Early for you in Mexico?
A little bit. It's part of working for the world. 7 a.m. on this side of the world.
Nice. I'm in Italy. It's 4 p.m. So
Okay,
I'm way for me, it's way better. I think we also have Franco around. Franco, are you there? Okay, he will be joining. He's the other co-host here today. So this is an AMM. We're going to explain the most we can out of the Node Studio program. And let's see if at the end of this hour, more people are, let's say, aware of what we are doing, how this will impact decentralization, how will this impact near staking. We are making it as simple as possible to participate as a validator in the near network. So there's no more excuses. There's you start being profitable. That is the key here. So once you start into the program, then everything is from zero up. So I think it is a very good proposal, and I hope everybody understands and gets excited about this. Do you want to explain a little, Alan, how this program was started? I think you were a very important part of the creation of this program.
Probably it's worth if we can explain a little bit about how the history behind validators on NIR protocol. And I mean, because we know it very well, the Metapool started as the first liquid staking solution that we launched was on NIR protocol, and it was in 2021. It's been a long journey so far, almost 4 years since the first launchment. And on that time, NIR protocol wasn't measured as it is right now. It was, I don't think more. It was never so complicated as it was in other networks, because the main point is that there is no splashing risk on NIR protocol since the beginning. So that was a huge advantage compared to other blockchain networks where you want to participate. But still, it was something relatively new, and also something that not many people were involved on how to participate. And at the same time, the cost related to having a validator was more expensive. So, and it's not, and it's not about the money; it's about the profits. That's the thing, because many people, and I can make a rechapter of State Wars 3 between 2022 and 23. We had the opportunity to onboard close to 30 validators inside of the NIR protocol network, but another set of them never joined the network because it wasn't profitable for them to be paying a machine that costs around $150 for running a validators, and they made profit for $50, something like that. So basically, they were paying for providing security to the network, and this wasn't there wasn't a business for them. So that happens on that time. In the last year, I think that we have good updates provided by the Near One team. The Near One team help us to have validators that can have an epoch sync. This means that you only recover the last part of the chain. So this doesn't imply that you have to sync from all the previous history of the chain, just from the last track of the chain. And this makes your virtual machines to require a less amount of storage, requiring a minor amount of storage. Um, you had the opportunity to pay cheaper virtual machines, and also on the last year we have been working on making this more easy for everyone to managing a virtual machine, and this means that you don't have to deal with the CLI or the command line interface that many people doesn't know how to run this. And in Web3, we found a lot of communities and non-technical people that is also interested to participate inside of a blockchain network, but they don't have the technical skills required for doing that. So that's where we came to this last month, where we launched Node Studio along with OpenMesh that allows anyone, as you mentioned, Lucio, to have a validator in just a couple of clicks, just a basic setup, and not having to deal with all the CLI or having to deal with all the interfaces, or even thinking about hard things as if you are running Linux or Ubuntu, or you are installing a package inside of any of these. So that we remove all of that, and we put this on a simple user interface where anyone can launch their own validator node. So this have many advantages because we are thinking that the new protocol network needs to have a higher number of validators inside of it to be more decentralized. There is commitment and support from the NIR Foundation to make this possible, to support validators that are interested to become part of the new protocol network, to kick them off. That's a support that we are providing to them on the different programs that we have as node runners. And Node Studio is making easy for anyone interested to participate. So you can review on the site, and it's like we have these two approaches to being part of the NIR validator network. If you already have 25,000 NIR tokens to participate, this probably if you are an angel investor, venture capital, a hedge fund, or something like that, that hold NIR tokens, you can go directly to Node Studio and start setting up your validator and start producing staking rewards for you and your organization. In case that you don't have, you can apply on the Node Runners program that we have for making possible for you to participate. So probably I talk a bit longer on this.
No, that's perfect, Alan.
Like
And
the whole
yeah,
history behind of why is this happening right now is not something that came up from the past week. It is something that has been working in the whole. It's part of the history of Metapool since I think since the beginning, almost 4 years
yeah,
ago. And
you
right now
made me remind me of the beginnings when running a validator was really complex. It was really difficult to monitor the validator health, and to be honest, compared to the latest near one versions of the validator, it was, let's say, you need like 2 terabytes of storage. That was completely different. To be honest, the NEAR team has been working very hard, and running a validators is as easier as it could be. So to be honest, it is a lot of work for a lot of, let's say, a lot of teams working that can be condensed into this program that makes really easy to run a validator, and also start profitable. That was the most difficult part. You were saying if you have 20,000, 25,000 near, but that is difficult to have. That I think why it is important to to say that with the support of a near foundation, we have 60 slots of people that can register. You can run the validator. It's very easy. We will talk in a few minutes on how. And then Metapool will be staking into the validator 40,000 year. Is this correct, Alan? Correct? 40,000 is the amount you get to stake.
Yes, it's exactly that's the amount that we're looking for having inside of the program.
Today,
So
that is like $100,000. So this is great. And then this is another marvelous thing about the crypto blockchain. That's not those are assets that can help you start with a profitable validator, but those are assets that are never at risk, because how crypto is designed to work. So I think this is something that is amazing about crypto. Let's say you can get support in the order of $100,000, and you can, let's say, delegate that to the community in any part of the world in order to participate in decentralized staking. I think that is amazing. That is impossible in any other, uh, let's say, uh, environment. The only way you can do that is by using crypto, and to having, let's say, being able to delegate to anyone anywhere in the world, as long as you want to participate in the decentralization of crypto. So I think it is amazing. It's a lot of things that are coming now into this program, and it's exceptional.
yes, and I mean there is there
Can
was
you
a side.
imagine if let's say you will receive $100,000 in the traditional fiat rails? It will be a pain in the ass, maybe 8 to 10 months just to start signing papers. That's crazy.
No, it's no, and even for institutions is pretty complex. I mean, for receiving this amount of money, there is an no exists a non-custodial way on how you can receive this money. You have to hold
Correct.
it, and if you have to hold it, there is a lot of security concerns about who is receiving the money, how you will handle it, how secure you will have it. And right now in crypto, you have a smart contract, and you make possible for this, and you make possible for start participating as a validator inside of a network. What we have right now is there is being a validator is basically you are getting paid for providing security for the blockchain network where you are participating, and you are receiving a payment for providing the security. On this sense, you can invite in delegated proof of stake networks such as NIR protocol, NIR tokens from other party or other people, so they can also be supporting your validator to provide security to the network. What is the challenge that have many validators at the beginning? If they don't have enough money and they try uh, to get this token from the community or the retailers, it will be hard because no one is interested to have a bunch of NIR tokens on a validator that is not producing rewards. So basically, you are not getting paid by providing your tokens. So what we have right now on the with the support of the Node Runners program is that you will be able to start producing rewards for all the community and retailers that choose to your validator as the one that will be receiving the NIR tokens as delegation. So That's the advantage. So what we have right now is that we can show how the Node Studio can be working right now. So that's probably the way on how we can handle the things on this session. So
Okay, but before we start, I want to give a general idea of at least that there are three main components that you need to have in mind before we enter the detailed explanation. One of them is hardware. Let's say in order to validate, you need a server somewhere with the right specs and connected to the internet with a let's say stable connection. Right now, given the advances of the near one team, the cost of that server is around the cheapest one we can get is about $14 a month. 1 4 $14 is nothing compared to 500 that was 2 years ago, or I don't know 5,000 you need to pay per month to run another for other blockchains. So to be honest, $14 is incredible at this point. That is a testament to the work that the near core team is doing, the near one team. So that's component one, hardware. In this program, you need to get this hardware, this remote server that you will be paying with your own credit card. It's like getting a node, a server, a plain server running everywhere. There's a ton of offers. We got one. I think it's Hypervelocity, Alan, correct? The provider to get one for $14. That is component one, hardware. Component two is the difficult part, the technical part, that it was difficult until Node Studio. That is, you need to install in that server the near validator, you need to manage the validator keys, you need to make sure everything is running correctly, you need to monitor it. All that's what very complex until this point. Until this point. Right now, we can do that from the Node Studio. This is the with help of OpenMesh. It's a collaboration between OpenMesh and Metapool. And when you have the server and you use Node Studio, you can install the validator and make the validator run in a few clicks. And the component number three is the one that Near Foundation and Metapool is providing, that is the stake. Because you don't only need the hardware, you don't only need the software running into the hardware, you also need a stake in order to become profitable. There are two options. Either you have already 25,000, 30,000 near, depending on the seed price. There's a minimum price for enter the validator set. Or you participate on these 60 slots that we have, 60 slots, where we will be staking 40,000 near on the validator of the participants. So it is, I think it's a very good offer at this point. You have the three components, and when you put it together in a very simple way, you start collaborating with the decentralization of the network and let's say net positive. I think if we did the calculation correctly, everything will cost around $30 a month, and you will be getting $32 a month in rewards. So you start break even basically, and anything you get after that is profit. That's really good. Sorry, Alan, if you want to start.
Yeah, well, I want to recover a question that we have here in the comments. At the end, this is AMA where we want people to participate. So we have Nikolai. Nikolai is asking, so when is cohort number 2 rolling out? The cohort number 2 of the professional node operators powered by OpenMesh is launching on the coming weeks. Being honest, right now we are in the last track of having all the formal announcements around this. I mean, it's something that takes longer than we want or than can be expected, because we want this to be like sooner as possible. But always we have to deal all the announcement, all the legal things, all the finance things with along with the Near Foundation to have this ready. But we expect in the coming weeks to be that we can be able to show the final validators that will be joining cohort 2. But the important thing right now is that you can start applying for support, and I will show to you where to get the form where you can start applying for the 40,000, sorry, for the 40,000 NIR tokens in delegation. So that's already available on our site. So I want to show you this video on what is Node Studio and how it works. I think it's worth that if we can start with that, and so you can be part of it. So let me share it. Okay, so we have it on full screen. Okay.
Welcome to the Node Studio platform by Metapool. To get started, connect your wallet by clicking on Connect Wallet at the top right corner. In this case, the screen you see is Wallet Connect. Scan the QR code and sign from your wallet to validate the connection. It's just for wallet recognition. Click Deploy. Step 1. Select your provider. We suggest using an Intel server like the one we selected, but the $14 server is also good enough. Copy your API key from your high-velocity platform and click Rent Server. Step 2. Wait for your node to come online. Copy your IP domain from your high-velocity platform and paste it here. Also add your email address and click Update. Configure your pool, install the patches, make sure your pool does not have a fee higher than 7%. Click Update on the patch. Type your pool ID. Click Deploy. Connect your wallet. In this case, we used Meteor Wallet. The wallet you connect will be used to collect the protocol fees from your validator. Make sure everything is marked as updated in green text. And that's it, you're all set and ready to go. We're thrilled to have you on board with Metapool. You're now part of a growing community securing the NEAR protocol through decentralized staking. Let's build the future of Web3 together. Now, there's just one last step. Making your seat price deposit. Quick reminder, make sure to send it only from your connected wallet. If you don't have the funds yet, no worries. Reach out to Metapool's node programs. We're here to support you. You're just one step away from going live as a validator. Let's make it happen. Yay.
Okay, so as you said, it's a couple of minutes. Well, we may make it probably a bit faster on the video, but it's still not as complex as you can expect when you have to set up a virtual machine. You have to set up the packages inside of the virtual machine. So that's something that we are not. That we simplify it on a huge amount of things. And this is obviously thanks to Open Mesh Network that is supporting the Node Studio along with Metapool to make this possible. So in Francisco, that you are in the backstage, can you share the link to the Node Studio site that we have? So this is the site where we are talking about Node Studio. Node Studio is the new product that we previously presented on the video that allows anyone to have a node. So here in our landing page, you will be able to receive all the information about how to make possible to start participating on the NIR protocol network by fulfilling these two things, by having a simplified user interface where you can start managing your node and also start applying for delegation inside of your staking pool in order to be able to start validating. So we have comments from Mike Galactic. He mentioned, I watched that yesterday and I amazed by how this was simplified. Okay, so Thank you, thank you. So this is good because this means that we are making we were reaching the goal that we expected to reach. So that's what we were looking for since the beginning, making this easy for anyone to start participating. So in the Node Studio site, you will find a description about how to start participating. So as mentioned, you can start using Node Studio from 29 because this implies also the cost related to the virtual machine along with the cost related to Node Studio. So Node Studio, as mentioned, it is no coding, no server setup, just you, your wallet, and a chance to be part of the NIR protocol blockchain. So that's all what you need to be able to start participating on the network. So what is Node Studio? One-click node deployment, no server. No server management required. This means that you don't have to deal with the command line interface. Obviously, you are still managing a server, but not as complex as it was on the past. It is really more easy. And probably here I can share some of the experience that we had on the Metapool team. Obviously, we made a proof of concept to start testing Node Studio with different team members and people that we invite to start beta testing the Node Studio. And we invite people that doesn't have technical skills. I mean, we invited people from marketing, we invited people from other areas where basically they were not engineers or has never been working on something like that. And they were able to set up and launch a node inside of NIR protocol. So this means that as them, you can be able to start launching your own node. Still, if you have any issue, we can provide technical support for you in order to make possible to work your validator. And you can have 24/7 monitoring and support of your validator. So you will have graphs, you will have a statistic about how is making your validator in order to start processing transactions on the NIR network. So here is the important thing. If you don't have 25,000 NIR tokens, so you can have at least a seed price, you can apply for support. And here, coming back to Nikolai was asking when cohort is number 2 is rolling out. So it is coming. We are in the final phase of making all the formalization for launching this new program. But in the short term, you can start applying for support. In case that you have the NIRs and you can start right now, you can go directly and you will be redirected to the site of Node Studio. So clicking this button, you will be able to open Node Studio, and on this sense, you will be able to start making everything that you saw on the video. So we are ready for all of you, and that's how it is working right now. So Lucio, what are the technical specs that we can expect for making people work on this site?
No, I was thinking that the first two parts are not too complex technically. It's basic, like you say. It's not you don't need to enter a Linux CLI terminal. You can do everything clicking. That is quite good. The other part that is a little more difficult is for the people that we want to participate, for the community, even non-technical people. It's not easy to get the 25,000, 26,000 NIR. So I was thinking that it's maybe important to explain what are these 60 slots that we have available, what do you need to do in order to get, what are the criteria that we will use to select people there.
Awesome. Yes, that's the I think what many people is waiting for. I think, and again, it's like the huge advantage that we have in Web3 to be able to receive a delegation, and that's like if you mention or if you go to the past, like 50 years ago, and you tell the bankers that there is a way on how you can put your money in somebody else's accounts, but at the same time you are able to record it instantly from a device that will be on your hand. uh, these people will tell you that you're crazy, and
Not
that will
50 years ago, man, 10 years ago, or right now in certain countries. Yes, this is the future, and we are living it now.
yeah, but surely, but still, it's like I want may probably focus on how magic and crazy this could sound a couple of years ago, and right now is something that we have it the possibility to do it, and that's how we are supporting different node operators to become part of the NIR protocol network. Um,
They need to do something else other than filling the form. What are the criteria? I'm not so knowledgeable in that area.
Okay, probably we can talk about here in the deck. This is the deck for the professional node operator program, cohort number 2. This is the Metapool Node Studio cohort that we are launching, and this is to expand the NIR ecosystem and be more decentralized. So this have many advantages. We started since almost 2 years ago to launch the Enterprise Node Operators program, where we invited people such as Entity Data, Deutsche Telekom, Luga Colossus Digital to be part of the NET Protocol Network. This was our first node runners program, and we have such success that now we have the support from the foundation to start inviting more organizations and teams inside of the NIR Protocol Network in order to be participating. So Node Studio, as we mentioned, is a simplified interface that makes easy for anyone to start launching your own node. So it is built for accessibility, not about DevOps experience required. It is affordable for anyone to make this possible. So we have been looking for making this the more easy that it can for launching your own node. How it works? You rent a virtual private server, as you see, you can rent it on High Velocity. That is the one that we have been looking to provide the best cost related to having servers on their virtual machines. You install the NIR software package. This is a click that you will do on the interface to make it is really simple. And you deploy your staking pool where you will be able to receive this non-custodial delegation from any provider, including from us, in order to have the seed price. So you will be able to start receiving staking rewards every epoch. So onboarding on Node Studio. So what we are looking inside of this program is to onboard validator to be sustainable on the midterm. This means that yes, we are going to provide to you tokens for a period of time, but at the end, what we're looking for is that you will be that you will be able to have your own tokens. This means that you will have the compromise to be looking for tokens for retailers, from VCs, or even we have organizations that hold their own bags of tokens, so they are interested to put these tokens to work inside of their own validator. So that's what we are looking for. Basically, as Lucio mentioned, what we are giving to you is the possibility to not pay any cost in order to be part of the active set, and also to start producing staking rewards. What you have, the compromise that we ask in exchange is that you can have NIR tokens on the midterm, so you can be able to be active of the validator set without receiving any token at the end of the program. So
The idea is to attract more stake. That is, let's say, the compromise that you get on that. There's several ways to do that. It depends on how you move and on where you can get support. It is attract new stake is either people that already are on NIR and know you, or you move and you get their attention and they want to stake on your validator, or maybe it's people that are not in the NIR ecosystem yet and you made them into, let's say, get some NIR and stake in your node. And the other option is either use incentives, or maybe get the people from the DAO to vote for you. Remember, Nalan, that we have 25% of the stake that Metapool is distributing is distributed by voting with MPDAO. So another option is to get MPDAO and vote for you, or get people from the DAO to vote for your validator, so you might get more stake. But once you start, the objective is to start getting more stake on top of the amount that we will be delegating.
Exactly, and we have a couple of comments here on the stream. Sky Empire, that also is part of our ambassadors team, he's asking, are Node Studio validators supported for participating on Metapool's validator voting process? I think that Lucia already answered that question. Yes, that's
the answer is yes. This is important. Once you start validating, the automated system that Metapool has, let's say the automated Metapool system that has been running for 4.5 years, is completely stable, and we don't want to, let's say, mess with something that is working and that is stable. So in order for you to be able to get a stake, you need to be validating already for at least 5 epochs. So you won't be able to get the initial seed price here, but you will be able, once you have seed price, once you are validating, then your votes will be counted in order to get you more stake. But you need to be running with a good APY, or at least above average APY, before people from the DAO can vote for you.
Awesome. So there you have the explanation. Again, this is an AMA, so that's why I'm recording many questions and comments. Dabi, because I know that he's Dab from Panda Team.
Dab, how are you, Dab? This is another that's a great OG. That he was with Metapool since the very beginning.
So, yes, since day -1. So he's adding more information. Rewards are distributed every epoch. At the moment, epoch is around 7-8 hours, so that's good. The rewards are auto compounded on the node. That's also good, because you increase the number of tokens that you get, and you get compounded from those tokens. We have another questions. If we are already running ETH validators, mainnet and testnet, also I know that Eric is validating StarNet. How we can help? CryptoRevo is also another good friend here from Mexico. I think that the best way to support is by joining, by participating on the Node Studio program that we have, this professional node operators cohort number 2. That's how this. That's the best way to support. So if you have a community, you're interested to become part of the NEAR validator on the long term, so this is a good chance for you to start participating. So I don't know if this exactly solved the question, or if there is any other specific, but the invite is there. Start applying.
Nikolai Megdanov is asking if the delegation increase the rewards compounded to me, let's say to the operator validator. Yes, the 40K delegation will give you a seat and will provide you rewards. But at that point, the rewards provided will cover the operational cost. So the original delegation right now is covering the cost. Right now, I mean, with NEAR at 2.5, 2.6, that is the current price. If NEAR goes back to 7, 8, 10, 20, then it will be a completely different tune. Because this is another interesting thing of running a validator. Your costs are fixed in USD, let's say, or any fiat coin, but your rewards are in NEAR. So you get the upside if NEAR goes up again, like it has done a couple of times already. So yes, you get the reward from the stake that we provide, but it's not enough to make you rich. You will need to attract more stake. That is the explanation.
We have other questions from Mike Galactic. Can you explain your comment running with a good APY?
Oh, yes, I can do that. That is, let's say, we are trying to resume all the small details and make a node run correctly in the APY. For example, you need the node to have good communication. You need the node to be online. You need to produce the amount of blocks or partial blocks that you are required by the network. And you need to have a low, or let's say a low commission, 7% or less. All those small details end up being reflected in the APY. For example, if you run correctly and you, let's say your node is online and you have a reasonable commission XYZ, you will get an 8.5 APY as reward to the users. Let's say we are trying to reduce everything to the number that benefits the user. That is a good APY. It means your node is running correctly, you have enough stake, you have a low commission. This everything, all of that gets reduced into a single number. That is, you are providing benefits for the users that are staking you.
Yes, it's exactly. I mean, probably people can get confused of APY by giving the more amount of money. That's not something that you can that you can show. It. Probably you can modify the fee, and that can modify the APY. But at the end, it doesn't change much when you are inside of this program. What we means APY is the concept of how many rewards are you producing to the community. If you're producing good rewards to the whole community, so you are considered a good validator because you have a good performance on the network, you are making good endorsements or production of blocks inside of the network. So the network rewards you by having a good APY. So that's the whole picture that we have. So we have other question from Mike Galactic. I currently stake MPDAO STNers on Refinance. Commission, I get you the current APY for that pair is around 100% plus. So no, I think that
Nice,
yeah,
nice, my Galactic. And that to simplify, to not confuse everybody, he's providing liquidity. It's not staking. He's providing liquidity in the pair MPDAO STNR. It's very nice that the APY is yeah, it's 100%. It's very nice, but it's that is the amount that you get because there are a lot of people buying and selling. There's a commission on the buy and sell that you, if you are a liquidity provider, you get part of that commission. So that depends on the amount of volume of people buying and selling. So it's not the same as the APY from the validator. The APY of the validator depends on running the node correctly and having a low commission. This is a nice point. For providing liquidity, the commission or the or the fee that the pool applies to the transactions, the more the APY the pool will have, but also the more expensive is to swap tokens. On the side of the validator is on the other side. The lower the commission you set for running the validator, the higher the APY, because you get X amount of rewards and then you share. For example, if you have 7% of commission, you get from all the staking rewards, you will get 7% as a validator operator, and 93% will go to the stakers. So yes, let's not confuse running a validator and staking with providing liquidity. I will say that running a validator is like the basic, the infrastructure of the network, and providing liquidity for a pool, that is about 2 or 3 steps on the, let's say, sophistication scale. But very good point. If you understand what Mike Galactic is saying, and you can get MPDAO and STNR, that's a good opportunity to provide liquidity. He's also asking how much time per day do you think it takes to run the node? I think it's very low. Alan, you were saying that part of our team, the non-technical part of our team, was testing this. I think it's a couple of minutes a day to check.
Yeah,
How much time? Yeah.
I think the initial setup can take, let's probably, let's mention you have to set up everything from scratch. You will end that on 1 day since you verify that everything is working on the BPS, and probably not will take, I will say, a couple of hours to have everything running as expected, because you will have to make the sync from the node, but it's not something where you have to do anything. It's basically you put your configuration, you set up on Node Studio, and there you have it. And that will be probably the longest journey that you will have to be facing. On a daily basis, yeah, I can say that, well, you have to have a daily monitoring of what is happening, but you don't do anything. That's the most of the time you basically go verify your node, open your graph, and you see that everything is working smoothly. And if everything is going well, you close the window and you can start doing anything else. That's probably even I can guess, and well, it's not guessing. It's probably the reality. Many validators, what they do is probably they review their validators once every 3 days, or probably, yeah, 3 days or twice a week, however you want to see it, and they just verify that everything is working, and then they leave the virtual machine working. That's also part of the benefit of being a node runner. It is everything being made by the software, and you don't have to do anything. You don't have to click buttons. You don't have to make any hard tuning on the middle. You just have to verify that your validator is running and that everything is working. What are the things that can fail? Where you need to have like a recovery plan in case that things that can happen. You miss to pay the virtual machine, and
Mm.
so the virtual machine provider stopped providing you the service, and so you have to go and pay your bill. And once that you have paid your bill, you have to reactivate your validator, and that's the kind of things that can happen. Another very common thing that can happen is you miss, and this is something that probably is going to take you a bit of time. You miss to make an update inside of the NIR package. So the NIR package is updated, let's say, every 3 weeks, 4 weeks, every month, so something like that. And you will have to click a button on Node Studio to update your validator, and that will make everything automatically. And you just will have to be aware when is this happening, and that will make your validator start working. But that's something that will happen periodically. You just will have to verify on the Telegram group where the information is shared for validators that there is an update, and you will be able to make this update on your validator. So that's how things. I think that's the worst case scenario that you can be facing, and any other technical issue. But yeah, that people doesn't have to spend hours on a daily basis. I mean, it can be probably hours on a weekly basis if we have something like these updates, or something like these issues related to having issues to the virtual server provider. But more than that, I think is something that you can do on your extra time just for preserving your validator. That's how it works.
And here, Dab from the Panda team is adding a very, very good advice. It says, yes, a few minutes per day, and you can set up alert monitoring. Alert and monitoring means that you don't even need to be checking every time. It's not just be ready when you receive an alert, maybe because something is happening with the node, maybe like Alan say you forgot to pay the hardware provider, or you need to perform an update. So it is prepared to be running by itself mostly. Mike is asking about the Telegram group. Yes, I'm not familiar with that because I'm not running a validator, but I think there is a Telegram channel for the NIR validator community, where you get information that, for example, if there's a new feature being developed by the Near One team. Maybe every X amount of days you need to upgrade. Upgrade meaning go and click in order to install the new packages. Maybe we can share, I don't know if Alan or Franco, well, what is the Telegram group for node runners in the Near Validator community?
Oh, yes. Franz, can you share it?
Or DApp?
Yes. Okay, we will send it right now here on the comments so anyone can.
And to clarify that the reason I'm not running a node, for example, because I would love to do that, the reason I'm not running a node is that I don't want to be on the two sides of the field. Let's say if we are making sure that the DAO is running smoothly, we cannot be at the same time running a validator because the DAO has to be neutral in how to distribute the stake.
Yes, that's also another. Well, that's a good point on Metapool. That's us talking about us, but a good point is that we distribute to the community the delegation. There is other liquid staking solutions that start running their own nodes, so they make profits using their nodes and also by using their tokens. So right now we are looking to decentralize in order to onboard more community members. So I want to continue
Yes,
here on the slides that we have. So purpose of the program is to onboard 16 new validators, strengthen network security, decentralization, and resilience, support validators with technical assistance, delegation, and incentives. And so you will be receiving these NEAR tokens for as long as 1 year. So that's how we start working on this. And at the end, this program makes a competition in order that you will be able to start making a score based on the amount of activities that you do inside of the NIR protocol network. And we think this on how this can get benefits for everybody. So if you are part of the NIR protocol network, you want to have exposure that you can make by yourself, also making invites from your partners to become part of the NIR protocol network or to start making content for the NIR protocol community in order to increase your score. This score at the end of the program will reward the best participants in order that they will have prizes for their participation. We have a total bag of around $20,000 that will be paid half on the stable coins and half on MP DAO lock. And the first place will take in average $8,000. The second place will go for $4,800. The third one for $3,200. Fourth place and fifth place will also get rewards. So this is based on the rewards that were generated by the protocol. So this can vary on the time. How to
the clarification, Alan. This is for everybody in the community participating on this program.
On the nodes,
you don't only get a stake for your node. The best one that doing that will get those prizes. And just a small clarification, that is only for people outside of the Metapool team or core members, correct?
Exactly. Those that are accepted that we will receive the 40,000 tokens delegation will be able to receive these rewards. So how to apply? Complete the application form that is the same that you have in the Node Studio site. So it's probably worth if you can start sharing this also on the comments. Francisco, if you can share it on the comments so anyone can have it. So what we will be looking for is that the accepted nodes can have a performance about the 70%, that is the minimum required for start producing rewards on the network, have a response time of 6 to 8 hours to support requests and technical assistance required for your validator. Also, we will explore all the participants so they can demonstrate ability to complete any proposed activity of the program. So this means that you are able to start participating and providing by basically making a score on the competition. And also we also prioritize recognizing companies and organizations with a record of successful engagement on the technological ecosystem. So we have more comments here from the audience. Mike Galactic say this is brilliant. It gives you a set amount of tax that benefit your node. Exactly, that's the idea. Are operators allowed to stake on their own node? Yes, that's basically the a
100%.
yeah. I mean, and this is not well. We have to mention this. This is not financial advice, but many people is interested to start making their own participation inside of uh, their own participation by having NEAR tokens. So if you are opening your portfolio to NEAR tokens, a good idea is that you can start staking on your own node. And we have participants on other programs that is they get tokens and they start staking these tokens on their own validators. So that's there is no conflict on making that. If you are able to do that, it's totally welcome that you can participate. We have, and the full picture on this is we have another set of people that start receiving tokens from retailers and from community. So that's another good opportunity in order to start increasing the delegation that you have. So no limitation on where you are receiving the token. If it is your own asset or if it is a third-party asset, we don't have any issue over that. So apply here. That's what we have right now on the moment. That's the last call that we have on this stream. So we still have a couple of minutes. So if somebody else have any other question, feel free to share that question. So we still can have, we can solve it right now on this stream. So questions. Well, so yes. Hello.
One detail, Alan, sorry, I don't know if we clarify this. Right now, the Node Studio is available, so you can easily install a NEAR validator in a very cheap remote server, but the allocation, the 40,000 NEAR, $100,000 allocation will be ready by the end of the month, correct? Just to so you have time to apply for the stake.
Okay, awesome. So I think we don't have more questions. So I think many audience and many friends here on the stream. So thank you for joining. We have Eric Valle, we have CryptoReum, Luca, we have Ariel Robotti, we have Nikolai, David, that panda for friends, My Galactic, Cryptomania. So thank you all for joining. We have a couple of last announcements. Please follow us on X. Our account is at meta_pool. So you will be able to be following us on the social network. We also have this open call for anyone interested to start participating right now on this form. So start applying, filling the form, and well, we will be in touch with you in order to confirm your participation. And I don't know if we miss something else to mention, Lucio.
No. Just to thank everybody for being here. I see Unrobot is here. Hey. Thank you, everybody. Please go to metapool.app. There you can join the Discord. Between the Discord, the announcement channel in the Discord, and at Metapool on X, you will have all the information on all the programs we are running. So please join and follow so you can be one of the first to apply. And awesome. I think unless there is another question, we can close this with some Metapool music.
Yes, that's it. So thank you, everybody. See you soon.
Francisco, play some Metapool music and we can go. Okay, guys.
Take it, Metapool. Power to the people, that's the rule. No more banks, no more fools. We build, we earn, we bend no rules. Stake it, Metapool. From the block to the boardroom tool. Need in your hands now, that's the fuel. Decentralized and super cool. Power up, hey! Own your stake, hey! Metapool, let's go! No delay! Stay near! Stay near!
Idea vibra, conecta al cielo vas. Este show son día, la fiesta ya empezará. En el corazón de la TAM la esperanza renacerá. Luz de casa en magia, el cambio ya está. En el juego del futuro tu ficha es clave. Con cada stake un paso más hacia la B. Metapool es tu crew en esta odisea sin par, donde cada movimiento es un sueño por alcanzar. Ritmos que conectan con cada stake que das. Recompensas que regresan, felicidad que vendrá. MP da hoy tu voz en un solo latir.